This is now Feferi's route, the first of two. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'm gonna release more regardless, but hey, do it anyway if you feel like you enjoyed it. Let's get on to the video.
Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Alright, we are at a momentous occasion because this, I believe, is the last of the trolls in the Pesterquest route. The last thing that we have left afterwards is, I think, the alpha kids. Either the alpha slash beta kids. I keep getting these two groups of kids mixed up. Anyway, we got done with the absolute loser that is this guy. So, now we go on to the person who is generally a lot nicer, although not all of them are free of this being mean. Volume 10, Route 2, Life in the Dream House. As you've had occasion to remark before, Alternia is a dark world. Both because it's a night all day long, and because of its hideously brutal society, where the strong prey on the weak prey on the weaker, and all this preying ends only when the survivors are shipped out to prey on everyone else in the galaxy. Alternia's cruelty has been on your mind for a long time, but recently it's begun to feel intolerable. You decide to take a walk in the woods to calm yourself, but it seems that with every step your mood only grows darker, your agitation greater. As you walk, you remember the names of Alternian friends who have fallen to the planet's injustices, and your mood goes from bad to worse. You've been waiting around like a spoiled, self-centered narrative device for a lightning bolt of illumination to reveal your reason for living. To explain your peculiar and insatiable hunger for friendship, and to show you the destiny attached to it. You think you know who caused this, but why? You've been sitting here like a child, waiting for a teacher to explain the answer to a difficult math question. Vriska and Terezi are arming up to change the world, and what are you doing? Your usual BS. You're thinking, you're navel-gazing. And then, when a sudden blinding clarity you understand, Vriska's right, Terezi's right, the answer is revolution. Who gives a shit? Who cares about some big dumb universe thinks your destiny should be? You'll take Dream Boldir's advice and choose your own fate. Take the answer to the meaning of your life and into your own hands. Set your own course, yes. You need to listen to your wife at some times to, choose your own fate. The gods, the fates, the universe, or whoever will have to jump back pretty sharply because your direction is clear to you at last. Your agitation turns into indignation, your indignation to outrage, outrage to anger, anger to fury, fury to ferocity, blood for the blood god! Ferocity to white-hot resolve. The horrors of this planet have got to stop, and you are feeling particularly dramatic today, doubtless due in part to the shift in narrative tone and general prose quality in this episode. Alright, yeah, I would say things do feel a lot more final in this one. So now is the time. Alternia's cruelty and violence have upset and shocked you since you arrived, but as more and more of the population suffering under these wrongs have become your personal friend, it has become unbearable. You've been wondering all along, who will make it stop? Now you know the answer. If you are the main character, then you have to be the one to get the ball rolling, and you've begun to suspect that you can't die, for reasons seemingly tied to your function as a narrative device. So that's a bit of characterization you can bring to bear. No longer will you linger in the wings, waiting for the narrative to summon you to heroics. With this momentous decision girding you for unstinging effort. What? Oh my god. I'm showing my ineptitude at reading. Unstinging effort, you set your mind to the question of how to accomplish it. You start by making an inventory of the strengths and weaknesses you possess and can bring to bear on the task. Strengths. 1. Experience drumming up friendship in the most unlikely situations. 2. The ability to travel instantaneously anywhere you want to go. The zapping system.
No, that's not what this fucking zapping system is about! You fucking don't know!
Weakness? Well, everything else. Mans is only strong against plot convenience. He is 4 times weak to everything else. Mans is the worst Pokemon ever. This helpful mental exercise clarifies matters significantly. You see clearly that the only way for a single humble being such as yourself to change Alternia is to go directly to the point of maximum leverage. In other words, straight to the top. You'll need both of your resources in this quest. You'll need to travel superhumanly and superluminally into the immediate company of Alternia's ruler and throw your full friendship game on them, with the objective of persuading them to initiate reforms, change rules, and set the planet on a course of civilization. But your darting intellect to realize something else won't be easy. The ruler of a world such as Alternia will be a fearsome, fell creature, a monster of no ordinary loathsomeness and cruelty. On Alternia, you've seen gigantic, raving, loose-eyed, genocidal clowns, murderous high-bloods, and every kind of grisly crime to a point of making belief in Santa Claus is almost impossible. It stands to reason that the leader of such a world must also be the cruelest, gruesome, most terrifying evil being of them all. A being of nearly impossible evil! For the first time since this plan caught fire in your mind, a whisper of doubt creeps in. It occurs to you that most likely outcome of your quest for the reformation of Alternia is a scenario where your internal organs are festooned over a wide area, your eyes popped out of your skull, and your brain splattered to a fine mist. While experience suggests that you're non-killable, that sort of thing may offend, not to mention be excruciatingly painful. Alright, Oh wow, we haven't even met the lady of the hour yet, and we're already up to a decision. Alright, so it's either do we press on fearlessly, or do we do the back down? Do we back down like an immense coward, or do we keep going? Ooh, interesting. Maybe a better idea to have a light lunch and lie down till your reforming mood passes. Maybe I need a sandwich. I just had breakfast at the time of this recording, so I'm not feeling like having. I feel like anarchy and revelment, yeah! Scoring all difficulties, you decide to press on fiercely with your quest. You gather yourself, consign your soul to heaven or whatever, and prepare yourself. Heaven or hell. Let's rock. You close your eyes and think. Take me to the highest being on Alternia, and then you grit your teeth and prepare for the ultimate horror. You feel the familiar sensation of a superhuman/superluminal travel, and the world changes around you, rendering you somewhere else. Somewhere that feels quite different from your previous forest location. Very different, actually. A lot wetter. It quickly becomes apparent that there's good news and bad news. The good news is that instead of an eldritch monster, you've materialized next to a rather pleasant-looking troll girl, with fins on her head and wearing goggles and a tiara. The bad news is that you're drowning, as you seem to have materialized in the middle of the ocean. Gulp! Kelp! Your own greeting may seem a bit less cheery in that it consists of thrashing wildly with your eyes bugging out as you fight not to inhale, while trying to concentrate on zapping yourself the heck out of there. The troll girl watches in astonishment, but suddenly seems to understand. You see her take a big breath of water through some grills on her neck, and then something starts to come out of her mouth. A bubble. The bubble expands and expands until you feel its boundary break over you, and suddenly you can breathe. You collapse coughing and gasping on the floor, which feels like the inside of a huge submerged balloon, yielding but effectively keeping the water at bay. The troll girl sits across from you in the bottom of the bubble, studying your curiously and anxiously. Glub, 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 are you okay? Recovering from your brush with drowning, you're able to notice with relief that despite her conversational quirks, she looks friendly, even glad to see you. You try to say something, but all that comes out of your mouth is water and sputtering sound. I don't speak whatever language that is. It's very pretty. It's very pretty, though. You burp and some water trickles out your ears. Sorry, I still understand. Do you speak any Alternian? With great effort, you gasp, yes. Oh, yay! My name is Feferi Peixis. Glub, what's your name? You bubble weakly. It's nice to meet you, Blub. You nod politely, expel another half-gallon of water, then weakly say that it's very nice to meet her too, not least because if she hadn't been there, things might have gotten unpleasant for you. You're welcome. But what are you doing here? Almost nobody comes this way. It's not really on the way. Okay. Alright. Don't overdo it with the fish puns, MSPA reader. Okay? That's her home turf. You're not allowed. You don't have the right. You don't have the right. Oh, you don't have the right. It's not really on the way to anywhere. She looks sad when she says it, and you wonder that some poor troll child should be living all by herself way out in the submerged part so far from anyone. How did you manage to appear from nowhere like that? You almost gave me a heart attack. Glub glub. You tell her that you were trying to use some superhuman powers. You have to go visit the highest being on Alternia. The troll girl seems to perk up at this. You want to come visit me? You shake your head vigorously, trying to get the water out of your ears. Troll Girl looks disappointed. Glub, you didn't come to see me? You apologize, say that you're quite happy to be visiting her, but that you misheard her last remark. You thought she had implied that she was the highest being on Alternia, just goes to show how deep submerged in Marlock and clouds you're hearing. Oh, no, Glub, you heard me right. I am the highest being on Alternia most of the time. I'm the future Empress, heiress to the throne of the Alternian Empire, which is a great big glubbing pile of whale poop as far as I'm concerned. What? You're looking around for multiple razor-toothed, fire-breathing, acid-spitting heads, tearing claws, and a bad attitude that your sure Alternia's highest being must have. But then you start to remember your Alternian social science. You haven't had any formal Alternian education. You're not even sure narrative devices, however indispensable, are eligible to sign up for classes. But you pick this stuff up when you hang around a place long enough. So you know that the Empress spends most of her time off-planet leading merciless troll hordes and conquest of the galaxy. You also know that there's nice little indent there. I know, I see that you're keeping tabs on your writing. Very good indent. 10 points. You also know that there's only ever one other member of the royal future bloodline, the heiress, in existence at any time, as long as the Condense doesn't kill her or on her rare visits to the home planet, that is. The troll girl glubs sadly, and you realize that being the only fuchsia blood on the planet must be lonely. Not only would you have enough strength to accidentally tear any troll who visited you limb from limb without noticing, but you've heard some sinister things about the Harris's Lucius. Something about it being the size of a continent, hungry as the void of space, and evil as the hell devils if you're bad devils, something that might discourage casual visits by friends who don't want it to double as snacks. But at the same time, you wonder that such a seemingly agreeable and sensitive troll as this girl could preside over such a grinding, horrible planet as Alternia. How can she live with herself? Does she even know what goes on inside her insular little Why are we being so mean to her? What did she do? Why are we putting her on blast? This is no bueno. Hello? Like, hello? What's going on? What did she do? But you put all that aside for now. Here you are, right now, where you want to be. Okay, we're thinking to ourselves. I thought we were just saying this out loud to her. We've been sitting here for like 3 minutes talking to ourselves, essentially. Nice. Here you are, right where you wanted to be from where you made your master plan for Alternian reform. You haven't been devoured, dismembered, or decapitated, and the person you want to persuade seems so eminently persuadable, not to mention friendable, so you're ahead of the game so far. Time to take the full advantage. Your Royal Highness, you begin. Glub, call me Fef, Blub. It's much friendlier to be on fish name basis, and I'm so happy and excited to have another friend. Okay, I'm gonna say it now that I'm like, what, oh my god, 12 minutes already into this episode. I have no fucking clue what her, what I should, like, have her voice be. I don't know if I should do Valley Girl. I don't know if I should just do really excitable, just general regular girl voice. I don't know. My range is not very good, I don't think, despite me trying my absolute hardest. I just don't know. So, we're just gonna do this. And I'm so happy and excited to have another friend. Perfect. Phase 1 of your plan seems to have practically accomplished itself, but there's no time to waste. As the air in the bubble your new friend created is starting to get stuffy, you know you're going to have to zap out of there soon. You mentioned in casual conversational tone, that you've been visiting Alternia for some time now. Glub, do you like it? It's, certainly unusual. Heh, that's putting it lightly. I'm sure everyone has been incredibly mean to you. Well, yes, to start out with at least. The Sea Dwellers think they're so much better than everyone else. Oh no, wait! She's like Southern, doesn't she? Cause the Condense is sort of Southern, right? As well as, what was the ancestor name? I forgot her name. Yeah, I forgot her name. No, sorry. The Sea Dwellers think they're so much better than everyone else, but they're just a bunch of shellfish, arrogant bassholes. The high bloods prey on the low bloods, and no one ever cares how other people feel, or even if they live or die. Drones fly around, krilling everybody weak or useless. Oh, well, she seems to know. Maybe she's got plans of her own. Phase 2 of your plan is half in the bag already. You feel dizzy suddenly at how your quest is working out without the least effort on your part, also from the lack of oxygen. You're gasping for breath, and then darkness is gathering at the edge of your vision. It's about a minute you're going to pass out from oxygen deprivation. What's to be done?
I'm dying.
Dying from oxygen lackage. Alright. 14 minutes is good enough. Depending on where this goes, I may cut this entire part out. Because, yeah, I don't know if we're close to ending this or not. It depends. We'll see how it goes. If not, hey, check out the next episode, Har Har.